We're back after I don't know how long. I think it's been a month. Obviously, I'm in a whole new thing. I'm in college. But hopefully with the season coming around and football season, I might think of posting some football content. Honestly, I might think of that. But for now, we're going to stick to the NBA. With that coming up in a month, we're going to do my way too early Western Conference power rankings. So, skip all the intros, skip all this. Let's get right into it. I have my little note card because I can't remember the teams off the top of my head, so bear with me, please. But on my 15th spot, I'm going to be honest, this wasn't really a hard pick to put this team here, now looking at it. But it's going to be the Jazz. It's going to be the Jazz at the 15th spot. I didn't see any major improvements they made. They might just tank again. But I do see a lot. I do see a player getting moved. I think Jordan Clarkson will get moved most likely from their team because they're not going to be contending. And I think Jordan Clarkson is about 28. And I don't think they want someone that's that old. Probably want draft capital more than that. But for right now, I have them at 15. Maybe if they make some moves, maybe they go up a spot. But I don't think it'll change. Now, I'm going to take this as if the season started today and do this because I'm looking at the Blazers and I'm thinking of putting them here. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to rank these teams until now. Now I'm looking at them. These are all very, very good teams. This is ridiculous. But you know what? I'm gonna put the Spurs. Put the Spurs at 14. I don't think they'll get any much better than just getting Victor. I don't think he's that much of a god that people say he is. But I'm not here for the Victor Wembanyama and all this. He's not that good as people take him right now. But I'm gonna put them at 14. My next spot will be the Blazers. Obviously, we know the Blazers. They drafted Scoot. Dame's in a world crisis right now trying to get traded. I don't think he'll get traded. I think he'll most likely have to thug it out for at least another season over there. And I don't think, if they do, I don't even think they're close to the playoff picture with the teams that I'm looking at. I don't think they have any firepower to compete with any of these teams, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's where they'll rank for me. My 12th spot. Wait, 15, 14, 13. Yeah, 12th spot. My 12th spot is gonna go to the Rockets. Now, they did make some major improvements, bringing in Fred, Dylan Brooks, drafting. What did they draft again? Wasn't it? I know it was one of the Thompson twins. I forget if it was Amen or Asar. I'm sorry, I forget. But they drafted one of the Thompson twins. They're both very good, so it doesn't matter which ones they really drafted. I think both of them will have a good future or a good career in the league. But I don't think they'll improve to be a play-in team. I think their ceiling is definitely probably a play-in team, but I think they're gonna not. I don't think they're gonna make it. To be honest, again, these other teams are just that good. I don't think they'll really have a chance. Now, the 11th spot, so not the play-in, but just there. I'm gonna put. This is gonna surprise everyone, but I'm put the Pelicans. I'm put the Pelicans. Now, the Pelicans, they have a great core. I forgot who their point guard is. I think that's what they're missing is really a point guard. But they have Brandon, Trey Murphy, Zion, Valanciunas, Jose. But I don't know. I feel like with these other teams, they either improve their team during this offseason, or I think their players will just improve to somehow their team will somehow be better than type beat. At my 10th spot, clicking the play-in is going to be the Mavericks. Now, I know everyone maybe still be low on the Mavericks, maybe still be high. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little low on them. I don't think Luka and Kyrie will improve that much this season. After, yeah, the trade happened at the deadline. They didn't have that much chemistry, but I just think the way it looked with them, their defense is terrible. And if we all know this, any sport that's a team sport, you have to have a good defense and a good offense to really like run your offense and be able to. I worded that terribly, but you know what I mean. Like, you need a good defense and a good offense for your team to really have that next step to be good in the league. And I think all these teams that are above that I still have a better defense. Maybe not a better offense, but definitely a better defense, and their offense is not that far behind from theirs. But next, at my, what is it, my 11th? I said 11. What is it, my 9th spot right here? What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm at my 9th spot, right? Yeah, wait. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Yeah, I'm at my 9th spot. Okay, my 9th spot. It's gonna suck because I don't want to put this team here, but I think every other team here is gonna improve better than them or make better moves. And that's the Wolves. I don't want to put them there, but I think I have to. I think that's where they'll probably end up, if not maybe just in the play-in in this 4. I think everyone that I'm going to put this in this play-in is going to be interchangeable. I think that's the way I'm probably going to do this now instead of doing it one by one. I think the play-in is really interchangeable, but again, I think Anthony Edwards is going to have a monster season this year. I think he'll go from all-star to superstar, and he might, if he's even eligible for it, he could win most improved. I don't think he's eligible for it, but if he is, I wouldn't be surprised if he won it. But next, to also add to this play-in picture, I'm just gonna do the 2 teams. I'm just gonna do the 2 teams, to be honest. And the 2 teams I have are gonna be the Thunder and I think the Grizzlies. The Thunder, it's pretty easy for me to put them in the play-in. I think Shea is going to still have a good season. Josh Giddey will improve, and I think this is his 3rd year coming to the league. Jalen Williams looks great. Chet's about to come back this season. I think Trey Mann looks like a great person to have off the bench. I think it's Trey Mann. Yeah, because no one's Terrence. But yeah, Trey Mann's a great piece. It looks like he's going to be coming off the bench, but I just think that with these older teams, not older because they're not really that much old. Actually, yeah, they are. I forgot to say the team. But the Clippers, Suns, Nuggets, I don't think. Actually, I lied. I'm not going to put the Grizzlies here. I'm not. I'm going to put the Warriors. I lied. I'm going to keep the Grizzlies. Actually. I think the Warriors will have a worse season than the Grizzlies. Surprisingly, I really do. I don't know what's happening with the Warriors. They traded JP for CP. I don't know how that's gonna function. I don't know how it's gonna work. Yeah, we've seen Curry play off ball with KD, obviously, but with his age and all that coming into factor, I think for even all the superstars, even though LeBron looks great heading into year 21, which is ridiculous. He's like 40 and he looks like he's 20. But back to what I was saying, I think his stamina is going to play a factor in this, and he's not going to be able to be running around as much. It sounds ridiculous. I don't even want to say it. I don't think that'll happen. But damn, I don't think they'll be above the play-in. Now looking at it. But my 6th spot is definitely going to the Grizzlies here. I think it's really going to matter on their first 25 to see what happens in the next the next part of the season. Even though I'm a Celtics fan. My Celtics had a terrible start to a season one year, and the next thing you know, they're the second seed. So who really knows? But I don't know how this team's going to play out. I don't know what Marcus Smart is going to bring the defense, basically what Dylan Brooks had but left. And I think Marcus Smart brings more playmaking to them. And then, which helps off with Desmond Bane's thing. We have Jaren Jackson. We have Steven Adams, they didn't have Steven Adams last year. And I think that's where people mess up. it sounds ridiculous because the Lakers beat the Warriors, but I do think deep down that Steven Adams would have made some type of impact in that series. I don't care if it's this little, because this little could go very, very far. Very far. So maybe, who knows, I think they would have, but yeah, so that's 6. My 5th spot, I don't think I can give it to any other team than this team, because they're always hurt, but I'm going to put the Clippers, sadly, at the 5th spot. And then, again, I'm playing injuries in a factor in how good, not good, but how good their availability is, like, on the team. Like, are you playing at least, like, 70% of the games? I don't know. I think this is their make or break season, so I do think they will play way more, because I feel like if they lose here, you already gave up all your picks. You need to get it back somehow, because you're not winning a championship now. Paul George still Paul George, but they're going to start regressing sooner or later. Maybe not. This isn't 2K, so. But maybe they start regressing. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But especially if Kawhi's still dealing with knee injuries and PG still dealing with, like, I think it was his elbow he hurt on the Thunder, which really killed him. I think it was, like, a ligament thing. That's been killing him still. So I really think it's going to depend on their injury history and see how that goes, to see what happens with them. But on to the 4th spot, the top 4. I'm going to go with the Kings. The Kings. Great season last year. I want to go. Shoot, the Kings were so entertaining last year. I want to go see them live. I might have to. But I love their core. I love De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis. I love that duo right there. Harrison Barnes. They still have Malik Monk coming off the bench. Was ecstatic for him. I think Davion Mitchell will have what is this, going into his fifth year? I'm not positive, but he's going into one of those years, and I think this year will really make or break him, to be honest. Like, I think this year it'll tell the Kings if he's that next backup point guard they need, or do they want to move off him and try to get someone better at a young, and maybe still as young as him, but who knows? He's still young, so he still has a lot of improvement. And especially with De'Aaron Fox as his, like, person above him, I do think that's pretty good for him. The way De'Aaron Fox scores the ball, he makes the game look so easy. It's ridiculous. I'm watching, like, in the playoff series with the Warriors, I'm watching him get floater after floater after floater, making the game look so simple. And I'm watching other superstars having to put, like, 5 dribble moves, and shoot and miss. You do that for what? My man De'Aaron Fox catching a floater every trip. But yeah, and Sabonis with it's just simple. Now, for the top 3, Lakers, Nuggets, and Suns. For all my Lakers fans, I'm going to put the Lakers at 3. I know you guys think, I know all the signings that happened. Christian Wood, they re-signed Austin Reed, re-signed Rui, re-signed D'Lo. Somehow got Cam Reddish and Jackson Hayes. I don't know how that came about. They were barely able to pay Austin Reeves. Not barely, because he was restricted, but they didn't know if they were going to hang on to Reeves, because they didn't know if they were going to have enough money to offer him if he was going above 100 mil. They got him for 80 mil. How does that happen? Do they not have salary cap or something? That is ridiculous. But all their moves are good. I think I just saw something that AD does not want to play the 5, so I think Jackson Hayes will probably fill into that 5 spot very well. I don't think they're up there with the Nuggets. Well, obviously they're up there, but I'll have to see how they play out and how good their chemistry is when it comes through the season. But I think they'll stay at the 3rd spot. And mostly, just to inform y'all, if I put someone in, like, the way I'm doing this, just because I put them at a certain position doesn't mean they can't win the championship. I'm putting it there off their regular season. Like Jimmy Butler, for example, we know players that they won't really, I don't know how to say it, they won't show it all in the regular season, but when playoffs come, that's when, like, they get serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when they put their extra effort in. But yeah, and then obviously the next 2, got the Suns at 2, and I got the Nuggets top of the conference again. Suns, the only way I don't see them as a top at least 3 or 4 seed is the bench. That's the only thing concerning about them, to be honest. When I look at this roster, you have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Ayton. And you're probably asking me, Malik, you were just complaining how the Mavs have no defense but a bunch of offense. That's what the Suns really have if we really think about it. But when I look and see what the Suns did last year was ridiculous. We saw KD and Devin Booker score 40 piece after 40 piece after 40 piece, then a 35 piece against the Nuggets. They still lost that series. It sounds like I'm helping your guys' case, but I'm not. Because if they already had those two going off for 40 a game, and now you're going to add Bradley Beal into the mix, that scoring is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And yeah, their defense might not be that bad, but when you look around, you have D-Book. He's not the best defender, but he's definitely, you can't really, just target him on defense. He's going to, we have KD. Again, not the best defender, not the best, but again, when he was on Golden State, we've seen him get into that rim protector phase where he was really the rim protector. He would block shots, he would grab rebounds, he would do all of it. So KD is not going to be a different factor from that. And obviously we have DeAndre Ayton at the middle, rebounding again, defending shots like KD can. And I've seen a couple possessions where he could hold his own in the post. And if he has a jump, which I think he still can, even though it's been this is his 5th year in the league now. But I think he can still have a little jump. And then Bradley Beal is really the only shaky defender they have, because when I look at their bench, they still have Josh Okogie there. Lantern, I don't know about their defense now that I'm saying all the players in my head. But I think they're still at number 2, and then the Nuggets at number 1. I feel like I don't have to explain this. They have the MVP. They have Jamal Murray, who just went off in the playoffs, and I think he'll come in averaging about 22 and 7, in my opinion. I think that's going to be his stat line, 22, 4, and 7. 22, 4, and 7. They have, who else they got? They got Aaron Gordon, they got Caldwell Pope, they got Michael Porter Jr., and their bench is still somehow good. If you think those 5 players I named, I'm surprised they're able to pay all those players. To be honest. Because look at their bench. They have Jeff Green. He's old, but I've seen him put someone in a body bag at 30, 37. Ridiculous. You have Christian Braun, who's a rookie and was getting playoff minutes. No one speaks about that. He was a rookie getting playoff minutes. He was like the 8th. He was like the 7th man. Ridiculous. But yeah, that's my ranking. I'm gonna be honest. I think that's the way it goes. And again, just because I put the who's a good team, just because I put the Warriors in the play-in or the Grizzlies at 6, doesn't mean I don't think they could still go win the championship. I think the Grizzlies could still possibly win. But will they have to put way more effort in someone like the Nuggets or the Lakers or the Suns to beat the Nuggets? Yes. Everyone's going to have to put in a lot of effort. But I think the Grizzlies will have to push more if they want to even compete. And again, the Clippers, just because I put the Clippers in at 5 doesn't mean I don't think they can win. I think if they're healthy, they're the best team in the league, in my opinion. Other than the Celtics, of course. I think the Celtics are the best team in the league, I'll be honest. But yeah, I think they're probably the best in the conference if they're healthy. Who knows? We have yet to see a season where they're all fully healthy. And then you have Westbrook. You have Bones Highland off the bench. You have Norman Powell, who's now averaging 18 points. Ridiculous. Why do they have so many scores? But yeah. I'm making this video pretty long, so I'm going to end it right here. But yeah, that's my power ranking. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna be dropping tomorrow. I promise. Peace out.